Hello together and welcome to my channel. So I just watched a video by Dr. Jordan Peterson about marriage, and it reminded me of something that bothered me with his message for already a year ago, or during the whole time that I've been listening to him. And first I want to say that I really admire Jordan Peterson. He's like my main what do you say? Yeah, I put the link to the video in the description. I put all the links in the description. So he's like my main how do you call this? Like I don't know the word. Not idol, but that's the wrong word, but like I look up to him. I try to be more like him. And a lot of the message of his message, a lot of the stuff I've learned from him, I find really valuable for myself, and I really try to incorporate it in my own life. So, and I still keep finding really really valuable insights in his videos, and I've already watched like I don't know how many hundreds of hours of Jordan Peterson videos. So yeah, I wanted to really say that first. But I've watched this video about marriage, and also he talked about that in his biblical series. And I remember when I watched that, it's always kind of like a pang. It's like I don't agree. And the thing that he says, and also I want to say I get it, that marriage is a very important social institution. And I think that he is right with his criticism that people today are way too cynical about marriage, and they like want to be free like a butterfly and not commit to anything and just do whatever feels great in the short term. And I think he's absolutely right with his criticism that this is a very bad long-term strategy, and it doesn't work. Because if you could always just do what is fun, and that would lead you to the best possible life, then why would you ever go to work? So that clearly isn't true, and he points that out really nicely in his biblical series. But the thing that bothers me is he always portrays people that don't get married, like immediately before moving together or sleeping together or whatever, as I'll kind of for now you are better than anything else that I can trap, is I think the phrase he used. And I would like to basically sleep with you, but I would also like to reserve the right to conveniently get rid of you and trade you in for something better as soon as I find something better. And I see his criticism, and I think that this way of living in a relationship is absolutely horrible. But I don't think that this has anything necessarily to do with marriage. I see why marriage doesn't allow this kind of bad behavior, but marriage allows for a different kind of bad behavior. And that is the notion of, now I'm married, so I don't really have to take care of myself anymore, and I don't really have to stay attractive, and I don't really have to try that hard to please my partner, because he can't leave me. And so I can just become like a fat, ugly sponge and just let myself go and become absolutely useless and horrible. And this other person can't leave me because they have sworn that they won't. And so the point that I want to make in this video is that there is no societal system that removes the necessity for each human being to act morally and to try to do the right thing with all his might. And I'm not saying, of course, that Peterson says this, because I know that he would probably agree with this point that I just made, but I sometimes feel like his take on marriage is a bit different, because, and I'm not saying that all ways of organizing society are equal, and I certainly think that marriage is a better institution than just everybody sleeps around with everybody as they want. So I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that I think it rubs me the wrong way, because I feel like personally, like he's talking to me personally, because I have lived together and been in a relationship with my wife now. I just got married like 2 months ago. But before that, we have been in a relationship for over 5 years. And our relationship was nothing at all like the caricature of the unmarried couple that Peterson likes to make in his videos. And so I think I want to object to that, because I think it made me kind of angry, because I think, who the hell are you to have this view of me? You don't know me. I have always tried to be the best possible partner to my wife, to my girlfriend before. She has been in psychotherapy. I have been in psychotherapy. I have started telling her the truth, as Peterson likes to call it, like 3 years before we got married. And we have spent hours upon hours upon hours of talking through my problems, her problems, our problems that enter into our relationship because of some external influence that might be linked to some experience from the past or something that we haven't gotten over yet. And so, and I agree that getting married took this to the next level, because now we are even, like, it is a stronger commitment. I get that. And I was very nervous and afraid and like going back and forth in my mind if I should propose, and then if I should really marry her. That was like for 2 years, that was really my it was the most difficult decision in my life so far. And I'm glad that I did it, and it helped me realize a bunch of other important things about myself. But I'm not saying that it was easy, and I'm not saying that just because we were trying to be the best partner that nothing changed as we got married, because I feel that it did take it to a next level. So that supports Peterson's argument. But still, I really don't like this caricature of people that live together without being married are basically just, it's basically just hypergamy. It's like, I'm just trying to use you as a stepping stone to get to the next better partner, which I think is an absolutely detestable way of behavior. And yeah, so I really oppose to that, and it's not my experience at all, and it's not my experience of many of my friends at all either. I also wanted to mention that I think it really makes sense to thoroughly test if someone is actually committed, like really committed to being a good person, before you tie yourself to them for the rest of your life. And not that someone should be perfect, but that they should want to do the right thing. And I think you should thoroughly test that before you marry someone, or you will have a really bad surprise. And so, if you, Dr. Peterson, ever see this video, which I highly doubt, then please maybe reconsider your stance on unmarried couples, because I think it's not so black and white. I think there are a lot of unmarried couples that are very committed to each other and that take very good care of each other and tell each other the truth and spend hours and hours to improve their relationship. And there are a lot of married couples that basically just have a horrible marriage for 30 or 50 or 60 years. And you can see them in the train, you can see these old people too here in the train. Some of them are happy together and they smile and they hold hands. And some of them are just bitching at each other, like from the time you get into the train to the time you get off the train. And like, nah, you did this and you didn't put blah, blah. And so there is black and white on both sides of being married or not. And so what I really want to say is there is no substitute at all. There is no substitute for making a true moral effort. There is no substitute, no law, no societal structure. Nothing can replace your basically responsibility to be as good a person as you can, to try to do the good thing and try to not do the bad things, whatever that might mean, like according to your own perception of good and evil. There is nothing that substitutes your effort to be good and your effort to not be evil. And so I see that marriage is an important institution, and I agree with many of his criticisms about society and about how it's bad for the children if you get divorced, and how step-parents aren't as good as biological parents to their children. I completely agree. But yeah, I really object to this caricature of the unmarried couple, and maybe this kind of whitewashing, like making it look too pretty of the married couple. So yeah, this is, I think, not the longest video, but that's really what I wanted to say. And so let me know what you think. I hope you agree, but let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. So take care.